with a major grain of salt, and trying to put a positive spin on it. You can see right now the flames blazing and the air support, the smoke rising. The wind seems to have died down. That's helping the blaze. The BC Wildfire Service has sent in ground support teams. They'll be trying to establish a ground perimeter. The RCMP is working to keep everyone safe, to make sure that anybody who needs assistance gets out. You can see some of the individuals, a couple of adventure bikers coming back off the Princeton Avenue, out from the backcountry, heading towards Peachland and safety, away from the smoke, away from the flames. If anybody is in the backcountry, you should leave. Evacuation alerts and orders have been issued for approximately 325 addresses. People are advised to get out as quickly as they can. Just grab what you need. The skimmers are on the scene. There's one coming directly over us now. Oh, wow. So good. That's what we need right there. Bringing in the big boys now. Clearly trying to establish a fire perimeter right there. See the red smoke? That's retardant. Spotter plane is circling, trying to identify the hot spots. Choppers have left the area to give the jet room to maneuver. Again, if you're just joining us, you're looking at a live shot of a wildfire that broke out west of Peachland. This is being called the Monroe Lake Wildfire. Ground crews are communicating to the skimmers, trying to establish a perimeter around this blaze to prevent it from progressing any further towards Peachland. It appears that they have been successful so far in that endeavor. Here's another motorcyclist coming back from the backcountry. Last estimate we had was that this fire had grown from 10 hectares, doubled to 20 hectares, and is now 74.3 hectares in size. It is working its way down the hill, isn't it? It's slow, though. They have slowed it. Here comes the Wilson's Landing fire team. The choppers are back on the scene. Say they're hitting it with everything they got at this point. Again, if you're just tuning in, you were looking at a live shot of what they're now calling the Monroe Lake wildfire. Broke out around 2 o'clock this afternoon, grew to 10 hectares in size, quickly doubled to 20, and is now standing at 74.3 hectares in size. That's the last report that we had. As you can see, the choppers dousing the blaze. We're now getting word that this fire is believed to be human caused. There was no lightning today. The area where it broke out is a popular backcountry ATV and recreation area. Investigators will be on the scene trying to determine what went wrong and what happened here. We are almost into October. And we're still battling fires. Perhaps one day, Madison, they'll hand out some major fines for this.
Yeah, it's hard to believe. I mean, we obviously know we're heading in towards a little bit of a cooler couple months, but it's still been quite dry, so people just have
26
to be careful.
degrees this week.
Yeah, so it's pretty sad that we've seen a number of human-caused wildfires across BC this year.
Yeah, in particular in West Kelowna recently, fortunately, those have been handled quite quickly. This, when it breaks out in the backcountry, conditions are tinder dry. Whether this was set on purpose or whether it was someone with riding a motorcycle or a dirt bike or some such thing without a spark inhibitor, it amounts to the same thing. These blazes just go like wildfire, which is why they call them wildfires.
And we know open burning was delayed as well across central Okanagan, just due to, this was before this fire sparked, but they just know how dry it is.
Exactly. They delayed the open burning. They were going to open the campfire. They were going to release the campfire ban and allow people to have campfires after this weekend. I'm sure they'll be giving that another look after these events. I mean, some people talk about banning people from the backcountry. They've done it in different provinces, banning people from having campfires altogether, which is one of the reasons most people go camping. But when you see things like that, it makes you wonder whether this was an accident, a spark caught from an exhaust or whatever the situation may be, or somebody threw a cigarette. We don't know. But it's irresponsible.
Yeah, of course we don't want to assume that whoever this individual was said it purposely, but we have seen it actually in West Kelowna over the last several weeks, multiple arsonists starting fires, and it's very sad.
It's concerning. Last week there was 6 fires started in a 24-hour span, which indicates someone is intentionally going around starting fires. Obviously very concerning, especially for a community that has been so heavily impacted by wildfires over the past 20 years. Nobody needs to lose their home because somebody's having a bad day. There's the skimmer.
These firefighters, trucks, engines just keep coming out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Over the last hour, we've seen so many different fire crews coming to help out.
Definitely all hands on deck here. I think the fact that they've turned off the water on the Peachland Public Works building is hopefully a good sign, but they have issued some evacuation orders and alerts. 325 addresses have been put on alert due to the Monroe Lake wildfire. The evacuation area impacts the Princeton Avenue area, which is where we are located. We want to get that out. Go to the ESS website to find a list of those addresses, to find out if you're on there. anyone in the Princeton Avenue area, I would suggest close to the Peachland Public Works building should definitely have a bag ready to go, if not gone already. Again, if you're just joining us, you're looking at a live shot of the Monroe Lake wildfire. I'm Rob Gibson reporting live with Madison Reeve. We are at the rally point where BCWS, the Peachland Fire Department, and the RCMP have set up a perimeter. They've given us permission to continue broadcasting from this location. You can see the smoke. You can see the fire. You can see the air support. We've had skimmers. We've had retardant jets. We've had choppers all afternoon. Despite that, this fire has grown from 10 hectares, doubling in size, to 20 hectares. To the last estimate we had was 74.3 hectares, and this fire is believed to be human-caused. It is suspicious, and it is under investigation. RCMP have asked us to continue to broadcast and alert the folks in the area about any changing alerts or orders. There are 325 homes that have been issued an order or an alert. Go to the ESS website to find out if your home is one of them. If you're in the Princeton Avenue area, it would be a good idea to pack a go bag and be ready to leave your home at a moment's notice.
We're getting more smoke coming from
Yeah.
the left screen here, which is where the homes are, so we can see why there was an evacuation order.
And they have also hit that area with retardant pretty heavily. The wind appears to be shifting again, blowing back against the fire. That is good news. Hopefully we can get the situation under control before we run out of another set of batteries.
Exactly. Yeah, it's hard to believe we're the end of September.
I mean, it's cold here.
It's chilly, so that's gotta help the firefight, you'd think, but again, it's so dry out there.
We haven't had any significant amount of rain in quite some time. There goes another skimmer. Oh, there's the retardant plane. Yeah. These guys do a fantastic job. Can't imagine flying a jet that size at that angle. I think if you're a pilot, that's got to be a lot of fun.
Joe Rich is coming in right now.
We've got Joe Rich Fire Department is pulling up on the scene. Lake Country is here. Swan Lake is here. Peachland is here. West Kelowna is here. Kelowna is here. The Kelowna Fire Structure Protection Team is here. Again, if you're just joining us, I'm Rob Gibson with Madison Reeve. We're reporting live from the command center at the Peachland Public Works building. We've been given permission to stay on the scene to try to keep you informed. 325 homes have been placed on evacuation alert and orders. To find out if your home is one of them, go to the ESS website. If you live along Princeton Avenue and you're in the vicinity of the Peachland Public Works building, you should at least have a bag packed. The Joe Rich Fire Department.
Ellison as well just arrived on the scene. Ellison Fire Department.
The Ellison Fire Department has just arrived as well as the Joe Rich Fire Team. Spotter plane continues to circle as we battle our daylight. We're closing in on 7 o'clock. Sun goes down around 7:15, 7:20. We really only have about another half hour, 40 minutes of light. We'll do our best to continue bringing you the coverage. We believe it's important. We believe we're part of the community, and we believe we're trying to help. The wind has definitely shifted and is blowing back against the fire at this point. That is good news for the firefighters. As the sun goes down, it is getting very cool. That should help diminish the fire behavior. Last report that we had that this fire was 74.3 hectares in size. Investigators are looking at the cause. It is believed to be human caused and suspicious. The campfire ban was set to be lifted. I'm guessing that is going to change after this situation. Earlier in the day, I spoke with Keely Portsmouth of the Peachland Riding Club, and out of an abundance of caution around 4:20, she evacuated all of her horses and moved them to a safer location. Anybody who is out of their home and needs a place to go should go to the Peachland Community Center. That's the rally point at this point. You can find out if your home is on order or alert by going to the ESS website. You can log on there if you are out of your home and create an account and begin getting help immediately. I spoke with Wayne Stewart, a resident of the Pine Hills Mobile Home Park. He was extremely anxious about this growing fire. He's lived in this area his whole life, and he said he's never seen a fire this close to his home, despite the fact that you can see the burned peak not too far from where his house is. Other residents of the mobile home park tell Castanet that they were packing their bags and they were prepared to evacuate. Environment Canada showed a band of rain approaching Peachland, but we have not seen any of that. A couple of drops. The wind has shifted, however, and that is good news for firefighters. Again, this fire is believed to be human-caused and suspicious. 325 addresses have been on evacuation order as a result of the Monroe Lake wildfire. Go to the ESS website to find out if your home is in that evacuation area. People are encouraged to create an online profile. If you're out of your home, you can log on and create a profile. You're asked to muster at the Peachland Community Center at 4450 6th Street in Peachland. Helicopters and air tankers, skimmers. The retardant jet has been here. The BC Wildfire Service ground support teams have driven up Princeton Avenue and are trying to establish a ground perimeter around the fire. More ground crews have arrived on scene from Lake Country, and the BX Swan Lake Fire Department as well. The fire was burning down the slope slowly, and trees have been candling. Here comes another skimmer as they try to set up a perimeter to prevent the fire from getting any closer to Peachland. Again, if you're just joining us, you're looking at a live shot of the Monroe Lake wildfire that broke out around 2 o'clock Thursday afternoon. It grew to 10 hectares in size and then doubled to 20 hectares in size. The last estimate that we have, 74.3 hectares. This fire is suspicious and is believed to be human-caused. All hands on deck situation here as firefighters from across the Okanagan have arrived on scene to help douse the blaze, stop it from progressing any closer to Peachland. It appears they've accomplished that goal. The wind has shifted. You can see the smoke is now blowing away from Peachland, and that is good news. Despite that, an evacuation order has been issued for 325 addresses as a result of the wildfire. The evacuation area impacts residents close to Princeton Avenue. A full list of those addresses can be found on the ESS website. You're encouraged to log on and create a profile if you have to evacuate, and you can head to the Peachland Community Center to get support, or if you're out of your home. I can tell you that helicopters, air tankers, skimmers, and the retardant jet have been hitting this fire with everything that they have all afternoon. We're battling the sundown at this point. We're probably going to lose our light here in about a half an hour at the very most. Temperatures are dropping and the wind is shifting. We're located at the rally point, which is the Peachland Public Works building. The Kelowna Fire Department structure protection crews set up a hose system and a sprinkler system to protect the building. They have since turned that off. Another sign that they're getting this fire under control. You can see just how hot some of those hot spots are. The smoke is billowing up. You can also see how the smoke is shifted in the opposite direction. Here comes another skimmer, followed by the retardant jet going down the same line. That's a prop plane. Got several retardant planes on this fire. Their efforts appear to be paying off.
Yeah, it's amazing. The retardant seems to have done wonders in terms of the way the smoke is moving and also just dissipating a little bit here.
Yeah, it's stopping and establishing that line, stopping it from moving up there. We've got some candling. There's still plenty of fuel, very dry. Temperatures have been hovering around mid-20s to high 20s all week. We haven't had any rain. You get close to October and you'd like to think that we're out of the woods, but clearly that is not the case.
Yes, no, it is hard to believe. I don't know about in your career. I've never seen a wildfire this late here in the Okanagan.
No, I haven't. Just when you think it's safe to go back into the woods and have a campfire. Not so much.
I know we are supposed to get cooler weather over the next couple of weeks, so hopefully this is a little bit of the last dry spell for Kelowna and the Okanagan.
Let's hope so. Can you pull out so that our viewers can see just the number of trucks and the fire crews that are established here at the rally point? So this is the Peachland Public Works building. You can see all of the firefighters. The BCWS folks were rallied here. Environmental Protection Services are here. The RCMP are here. They've given us permission to remain in our location. They've indicated to us that they feel that what we're doing is helping the community. We're helping to alert folks. We're letting people know what's going on and the latest on the alerts. We know that 325 homes have been placed on an evacuation order. If you live in the Princeton Avenue area, obviously you should have a bag packed. If you need to go tonight, you can head to the Peachland Community Center. We'd love to talk to one of the individuals, but as you can see, they're extremely busy. And you can see the rally point, just how busy we are. We've got trucks here from all across the Okanagan. All hands on deck for this situation, and more continue to arrive. We've got another one pulling up just now.
Lake Country, I believe.
Yep.
Lake
Lake
Country.
Country. They're heading up towards the Peachland Riding Club. Obviously, there's some concern or want to make sure that they have a fallback. They want to try to establish a perimeter, establish a line. That's why they're dropping the retardant in a very specific line. We've seen them try to fence in the blaze to force it to go back, to burn itself out. The ground crews are down by the creek in the ATV recreation area. They'll be trying to establish a ground perimeter, while the air tankers, the helicopters, and the water bombers continue to hit the fire with everything that they have. But we are losing our light. We probably have another 15 to 20 minutes of daylight. Obviously, the smoke is blocking out the sun for the most part anyway. It's been dark here ever since I arrived on scene just after 3 o'clock. That white structure just behind that fire truck, that's a gas depot that they use to fill up their trucks. They got all kinds of volatile fuels and combustible, inflammable material here on this site. Obviously, it's a major point that they want to try to save. They've done that. They've set up the hose line on the building. They've since turned that water off. There is a water treatment center at the bottom of the street, and they have sent the teams down there as well. They'll be doing what they can to protect that area. They're doing everything they can to protect the homes and the structures in this area from becoming a victim to this Monroe Lake wildfire. Street lights have come on. Temperature is dropping. Evacuation order has been issued for 325 addresses due to the Monroe Lake wildfire. The evacuation area impacts homes along the Princeton Avenue area, especially in proximity to the Peachland Works building. We're set up at the rally point. We've been given permission to remain in our location at this point. We'll do our best to continue bringing live coverage. I'm Rob Gibson reporting live with Madison Reeve for Castanet as we attempt to bring you the latest information. We do know that this fire has grown to 74.3 hectares in size. We do know that it is suspicious in nature and it is believed to be human caused, and it is being investigated. This area seems to be pretty burnt out already. I guess this fire has kind of used up most of the fuels. I don't see a lot of candling.
Yeah, it's been in this main spot here for several hours. We've been on the scene since just after 2 o'clock. It does look like the fire has moved a little bit more screen left because the retardant really dropped about 10 minutes ago, so hopefully we'll see some more retardant and continue to get that line in place.
If they can get one more round of air support, including the retardant, that would be extremely helpful. I think they've laid down enough to really establish a decent perimeter. The ground crews are now, they're going to be working in the dark tonight. Obviously, they'll be on the scene. We'll bring you the latest information on that, but they've already assured us that they're attacking the scene. We saw 5 crews go by. We know that they're down there. We saw them here at the rally point trying to establish the best way to approach this blaze. It is in a very steep area, as you can see. This is an area that's used a lot by recreational backcountry users, whether ATVers or motorcycles, or even horseback. Obviously, the Peachland Riding Club is right here. So there's all kinds of people who enjoy recreating in the backcountry. We have no idea how this fire started, but we do believe that it is human caused, and it is believed to be suspicious. That always makes one wonder. Last week there was 6 fires in 24 hours in West Kelowna alone. We had a couple of fires break out in Kelowna as well. I believe the circumstances there were different, but really we just don't know. And it's extremely concerning to think that there might be a firebug going around intentionally starting fires of this nature, because you can see how quickly they grow from nothing to 10 hectares to 20 hectares to now 74.3 hectares. And hopefully we'll get an update on that number, and it will be holding, or at least will not have grown significantly over the course of the last couple of hours. The air support has been extensive. They've been dropping water. We've had skimmers, we've had choppers. We haven't seen any in the last 10 or so minutes, but that doesn't mean that they've been called off. As soon as we find out, we'll let you know. Another wildland firefighting team just arrived.
We just heard from a firefighter that the air support is no longer going to be flying due to, I'm assuming, just it's getting darker out, the conditions.
He indicated that it is looking good. He doesn't want to take the they're not stopping. They're still going hard, but we do know that it's beginning to look a little bit better. They have called off the air support. We are trying to get an update and an interview. We are trying to get an interview with the Peachland Fire Department. They're in charge of this fire. We have been told by another firefighter that the air support has been called off. They do believe that it's dying down. It is starting to cool down. We are trying to get a live interview. We are going to wrap up here. We're going to lose our light. You won't be able to see us. We are going to lose our battery. We've run through a ton of power. We do have a remote power that we're using right now. And that should give us a little bit longer, but we're not going to be able to see anything. We do believe that the fire behavior is dampening down, which is good news. You can see the crews right in front of us. They're having a confab. They're talking about the best way to handle this situation. They just did a huddle break. Hopefully, we put in a request to speak to someone live, and hopefully we'll get that, and we'll be able to bring you the latest information. We do know that the air support has been called off for the night. That is good news, because if the fire was still raging and out of control in the way it was earlier today, they would probably try to hit it at least one more time, even though that is dangerous. Again, if you're just joining us, you are looking at a live shot of the Monroe Lake wildfire. It broke out around 2 o'clock this afternoon, grew to 10 hectares in size, and then doubled to 20. The last report that we had was 74.3 hectares in size. They have issued evacuation orders for 325 properties. Check the ESS website to see which of those properties have been on order. We are at the Peachland Public Works building. If you live in the vicinity, then you should have a go bag packed. You should head to the Peachland Community Center. They'll be able to give you the latest information there, or you can stay tuned to Castanet. We're doing our best to keep you updated. Some of the fire crews are right here behind me, trying to determine the best way to spread out their resources. They're heading now down towards the water treatment facility. I'm suggesting that that means the Public Works building is no longer in any danger. They have set up a water support team. They have since turned that off, the hoses.
Looks a lot better.
It does look a lot better. The smoke is obviously blowing the opposite direction. There are wildfire ground crews on this fire. They will remain on the scene despite the aerial support being called off. This fire is technically under Peachland's jurisdiction. We're trying to get an update from the Peachland Fire Department with the latest information. We'll bring that to you live before we sign off if we can. Hey, how you doing?
Good.
Come on in.
Ian Cummings, nice to meet you.
Hi, Ian. Likewise. Bit of an exciting day for you today.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure this was not how you thought your Thursday was gonna.
Hang on, I gotta make sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
There
that's
you
us too. There, we got a bit of a light on your face now.
No problem.
Ian, can you give us an update here? We've been reporting live. This fire broke out around 2 o'clock.
That's correct.
74.3 was the last size we had.
Yeah, I heard it's closer to 100,
Okay.
but it's tough to map those out at this time. It's more of an estimate. Yeah, things are looking much better. Winds changed direction away from town, so we're pretty happy about that. Humidity is up, temperature's down, so we're feeling pretty good right now, but we can't let our guard down. We've got a lot of apparatus here from our neighboring departments to assist us, and we'll see how it plays out over the next few hours.
Are you going to stay on the scene tonight? Obviously that's the case.
Oh, absolutely.
And we understand that the BC Wildfire Service has got some ground crews who are trying to set a perimeter.
Yes, they got ground crews, a number of them. I'm not sure how far they can get into the fire tonight, just with the conditions, but we'll certainly have a presence here, and in first light we'll get some crews in.
And the evacuation alerts and the orders, they're going to stay for the time being?
They're going to stay for the time being. I mean, the wind just changed directions now. It could flip on us, so we have to be careful.
Okay, we saw you putting the hoses on the Public Works building. You've turned the water off. That's a good sign?
Well, we turned it off because we had already achieved what we're looking for. We wanted to test the system and wet down the area. Certainly if the fire started heading back this way, we would turn it back on.
What's the strategy going into tomorrow morning? Are you going to pick it up with air support again, or do you know?
Yeah, as far as air support, that's really going to be a call from BC Wildfire Service. We're going to have a number of crews here for sure. We're going to, see what the climate's like and what the fire activity's been overnight. We may be setting up sprinklers on some structures. Hopefully, we'll be tearing them down and going home, actually, but we just don't know.
What do you want to say? The time that I've been here, a couple hours now, I've seen just about every fire department from across the valley.
Yeah, actually, the Central Okanagan has just been amazing. Level of cooperation from Kelowna, West Kelowna, the Central Okanagan departments, Peachland Fire Rescue. It's been an incredible response.
You guys work very well together. Obviously, you know what this is like.
Yeah, we do, and we get a lot of practice, unfortunately. So it's a great place to be.
The last we heard, the fire was believed to be human caused and suspicious. Do you know anything?
I don't know anything about that at all.
Is it going to be investigated by BCWS, or who does the investigation?
I'm sure that it would be them because it's in their area, and I have no comment on that because I just have no knowledge on it. But I'm sure they'll look into it.
Obviously, we want to take this opportunity to thank you for all your work, and thanks for joining us for this live interview. I'm sure our audience is extremely relieved that this is going to happen. We're going to wrap it up for the evening. I'm Rob Gibson reporting live, Madison Reeve behind the camera. Ian, thank you very much for talking to us, and thanks for watching, everybody.
Okay, take care.
Thank you.